Yeah, the Browns are 3-1. I saw they cut ties with their kicker though. Who'd they get to replace him?
Just Cody Parkey, third game since taking over the place kicking duties.
Two so far. Snap and hold her down, and Parkey is perfect.
Already from 32 yards out, this one from 36. And the Browns build on it.
Nah, man, how did this prick get a job? Only Cleveland would employ such a clown. At least he's not doinking anything anymore.
Pro Bowler as a rookie kicker in Philly back in 2014. 46-yard attempt is good. The man who authored the double doink gets him.
The mere mention of his name gets me mad.
Hello everybody, how's it going? And welcome back to Gamaray Predicts. A very crazy week of football indeed. Let's get right into it. I went 10-4 in week 5. The only picks I got wrong were that I picked against the Bears. What a crazy game that was. I picked the Buccaneers to win, and they obviously lost by 1 point because Tom Brady forgot how many downs there were. I picked the Chiefs to beat the Vegas Raiders. I thought that would be a sure lock pick, but Vegas hung in with them and outscored that high-flying offense. But I don't think that they're going to lose any more games because they just acquired Le'Veon Bell. So the Chiefs are probably a lock to win the Super Bowl again. I picked the Chargers to beat the Saints because I still don't trust the Saints very much. They seem kind of fraudulent to me. Drew Brees doesn't seem like what he used to be. But the Chargers couldn't get it done against the Saints at home, in New Orleans. And then on Tuesday Night Football, I picked the Bills to beat the Titans. I thought because they had so much time off, they'd be kind of rusty. But the Titans came out and looked like a brand new football team even, and destroyed the Buffalo Bills. Other notable games were the Cowboys and Giants. The Cowboys rolled into AT&T Stadium with the worst defense in the league and still eked by the Giants. Obviously, that game was highlighted by a gruesome Dak Prescott injury that'll more than likely end his season. So the Cowboys not only have the worst defense, now have Andy Dalton leading them at quarterback, so that's not very good for them. They'll still probably find a way to win the NFC East, though, let's be honest. The Texans, after they fired Bill O'Brien, they looked so much better. I feel so bad for Deshaun Watson that he had to put up with that guy for so long. But finally, he's relieved of Bill O'Brien's awful coaching. The Jets, they once you think they've hit rock bottom, they seep through the cracks and slip into hell. The Jets, I wouldn't be surprised if they went 0-16, and if they did go 0-16, they would be the worst roster out of all the teams that have gone 0-16. It'd be the 0-8 Lions, the 2016 Browns, and then the 2020 Jets. And I think the 2020 Jets would be the worst roster out of all of them. I don't understand how Adam Gase still has a job. That dude is the biggest fraud on the face of the planet, and he shouldn't have another job in the NFL once he eventually gets fired. The Browns look legit though. They had a big test against the number 1 defense, the Colts. I'd say the Browns have the best offense in the league. That game was like a freight train and a brick wall, and the Browns were able to prevail. I'd say that watch out for the Browns. The AFC North is probably going to be the toughest division out of all of them this year. You got 3 good teams in that one, and then 1 sleeper team. I still think the Bengals can be a sleeper team. They just need to up their offensive line a little bit and let Joe Burrow go to work. I don't think they have a chance at playoffs, but they have a chance to play spoiler. So yeah, watch out for the Browns. Let's talk about that Bears game really quick though. Oh my God. That was so stressful and yet relieving to watch. I still don't agree with a lot of what Matt Nagy was doing. The man would literally run a triple option to the left reverse screen pass to Joel and Way rather than pounding the rock for 2 yards to gain a first down. But it worked. It did just enough against the Buccaneers, and they wound up. And the Bears now are 4-1, and they play Carolina in Week 6, which should be a win. But who knows? Any given Sunday. Without further ado, let's get into the Week 6 predictions. There was no Thursday night game this week, so I didn't have to send out a tweet of any sorts. Texans and Titans is the first game. It's a noon game. I think the Texans are going to win. They looked really good once they fired Bill O'Brien. And the Titans, they also looked really good, so this is kind of a toss-up for me. The Titans are at home, but I think the Texans are going to win. Ravens and Eagles. This is going to be a walk in the park for the Ravens. The Eagles got one win off of third stringers in San Francisco. And the Ravens have Lamar Jackson and a decent team, a good offense around them and a decent defense. I think that they're going to win over the Eagles. Falcons and Vikings. The Falcons have only won 33% of the games against the Vikings with Matt Ryan as quarterback. I did not know that. I saw that as a stat on ESPN. So the Vikings are at home. I'm going to go with them to beat the Falcons. Vikings over Falcons. Browns and Steelers, a big matchup. I think the Browns are going to win. I'm going to continue putting my eggs in the basket of the Browns until they all crack. The Steelers are very good. They have a very good offense as well. But I think that the Browns offense can edge them a little bit, although it could go either way. I'm going to go with the Browns. Even though they're in Pittsburgh, I'm going to go with the Browns over the Steelers. Bengals and Colts. The Colts have a really good defense, and the Bengals, I mean, I don't even know what they have. They have Joe Burrow, AJ Green, and a piece of paper and a pencil for offensive line. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the Colts. Probably win pretty big and beat up on the Bengals. Lions and Jaguars, the premier matchup of the day, obviously. This game is, I don't care if I get this pick wrong because both teams are just awful. I'm gonna go with the Lions to beat the Jaguars though. Bears and Panthers. I'm going with the Bears. They're 4-1. Panthers are 3-2, I think, or 2-3. But I don't know. I hate picking the Bears because they're so lucky, and I don't know. But I think that they'll beat the Panthers. We got another premier matchup in the NFL this week. The football team against the Giants. The football team are starting Kyle Allen, and the Giants, well, they just giantsed. They had a chance to beat the Cowboys, and they couldn't even beat the worst defense in the league. Yeah, it's not looking good for them, as always. And I think that the football team's going to win. I think, though, that if Kyle Allen sucks so much, they're going to put Alex Smith back in, and he's going to be the guy for the rest of the season, which sucks because that team also doesn't have a very good O-line, and coming off of such a gruesome injury, you'd think that, they wouldn't want to put him in that position, but I think that Ron Rivera is going to have his way, and that's how it's going to be. I don't even know if this game is happening. Broncos and Patriots. I don't think it's happening, but I'm just going to put it out there and say Patriots just in case it is happening. They shut down their facilities again, so I don't know. Jets and Dolphins, another premier matchup. The Dolphins are going to win this game. They're going to win this game handily. Fitzmagic, or Fitzception, or Fitz whatever. He's a serviceable quarterback, and he'll beat that awful team. Packers and Buccaneers. The Buccaneers came off of a loss to the Bears. I still don't think that the Buccaneers are as good as people are saying. And the Packers, well, they're the Packers, and as much as I hate to say it, they're going to win this game. Rams and 49ers. I'm going with the Rams. The 49ers are on a Super Bowl hangover. Jimmy G got benched, not because he was hurt, but because he sucked against for CJ Beathard. And so there's some really bad things going on in San Francisco. The Rams, they're kind of just there. They've been okay this season. They've been actually decent. I'm gonna go with them. Chiefs and Bills. This one is a big Sunday night game. The Bills are coming off the back of a pretty bad loss against the Titans, and the Chiefs are coming off the back of a pretty bad loss. Well, it wasn't a bad loss, but a loss to the Las Vegas Raiders. I'm gonna go with the Chiefs, just because I think that they're obviously the better team. They have Le'Veon Bell now, and that offense is just not going to be able to be stopped. Cardinals and Cowboys, a wonderful Monday night game, really. The Cowboys still have the worst defense in the league, and now without their quarterback. So yeah, they're done for the season. I wouldn't be surprised if at the end of the season the Cowboys finish lower than the Giants. I don't think it's gonna happen, but I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. I'm gonna go with the Cardinals to win this game. Kyler Murray to D-Hop is going to be enough to beat the Cowboys. That is all from me for this week. I hope you all enjoyed, and take care and peace.